Well, since we're not going to do any smelling salts today, I'll say hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stream Void Podcast, episode 123.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. That's like kindergarten. You learned that there.
Yep.
I'm Mikey D, and of course, across from me is Curb Stomped.
Bonjour.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes, sir.
Am I even saying that word right?
Sure.
I've been saying it for 123
I mean,
episodes.
is it a word? I don't know.
I don't know either. Someone will correct me in the comments down below in this YouTube video that you are currently watching because you are a legend.
Yes.
It is, of course,
April
9th?
2023.
2023. I'm like, what is the 9th month?
It's
Wait a
Easter
minute.
Sunday.
It's the 4th month. It is Easter Sunday
Yep.
for everyone who loves the birth, the death, and rebirth of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
He did die for our sins, I heard.
He did die for our sins. A couple times, in fact.
I think.
Did he not die for our sins the second time around?
Didn't he just ascend into heaven?
Oh, he just came back alive and ascended into heaven?
I think so.
I don't know the story of Jesus.
I'm not a huge Christ enjoyer, so
no,
I'm not
a Jesusologist, so I'm not
Jesusologist.
I'm not entirely sure.
That. I like that.
In any case, you, not me? You across from me, but you listening to this are listening to the Stream Void Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and sometimes Jesus.
Actually, the last few times we've talked about Jesus. Every time.
Every time. 123 episodes.
No, not every time, but like the last few, I know, because I know we said something. I said something about Jesus dropping out of Mary's cooter. I don't remember it, but I said it apparently.
Yeah, you said it, and people reminded you about it, and you're like, what? What are you talking about?
So I think the last few we've talked about Jesus.
Probably.
He's like the world's most famous dude, basically.
He is the world's most famous imaginary person. That's true.
Hey, dude. We're going to get canceled because of straight fact talk like that, okay?
Straight fact talk. We can't talk straight facts. That's literally illegal.
Exactly.
But anyway, speaking of the Jesus stuff, how was your week?
Very good. There was low Jesus content in my week.
Yeah? Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. My week was fine. I did the warehouse thing. And then I think last show I talked about how they wanted to do this stupid luncheon.
Yes.
At work. So that happened on Tuesday.
Yes.
And it was legitimately pointless. Like I knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
They ordered lunch.
Yes.
We sat down and what did we have? Yeah. We had this place called the Chopped Leaf, which is it's like, I don't know.
It's healthy.
It's like Subway for like people that think they're healthy.
It sure is. And it's a little bit expensive. Yeah.
So we did the order up, and then the other women that work in the office, they don't take lunch break. They'll just eat at their desk and work so they can leave, I guess, half an hour earlier or whatever. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So they ate their lunch. We went together in the other office. We're eating it. We're talking for a little bit. They ate in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then it was like back to work. So I just was like, all right. So I went in the lunchroom and sat for 15 minutes, played on my phone, and then went back to work. So it was basically what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's just the
pointless.
Company buys everyone lunch and that's it.
Yeah, but it was just like, anyways, whatever. They were talking about like, I don't know. Obviously they were trying to get me in on the conversation, but I wasn't really.
No.
I'd just say like, they'd be like, oh, what are you doing for Easter? And I was like, well, nothing. Like I'm not doing anything. I have nothing to add to your like story of your family, like Easter plans, sorry. So anyways, that was the lunch. And like, I got a sandwich. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was a spicy chicken. So I ordered it and they're like, ooh, spicy. Like these are 3 like white women. Yeah. Ooh, it's going to be really spicy. And like, it's not going to be spicy at all. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Just tied over a chip and be like, here, try this.
Yeah. So I ate it and I was like, I was like, it was spicy as ketchup. Like, I was like, there's no spice to it. And they're like, well, what if we ate it? And I was like, well, maybe. But like, I legitimately could not taste any spice or feel any spice. So maybe I'm just so fucked up now that I can't detect even a small, it's like, I've built up a spice tolerance. Yeah. I'm like, I can't just do like 1 line. I have to do 6 lines,
once you become a Spice Lord, you can't go back, right?
But
once you've handled that kind of heat, like the regular off the McDonald's menu is like nothing, right?
Well, I did talk because they were talking about how she's like, oh, I don't really like spicy stuff, but I like Cholula. Like, I like the flavor of it or whatever.
Cholula is a good flavor.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So I was like, well, let me Google it and see like how spicy Cholula is, right? So I Googled it. It's like 2,000 Scoville or whatever.
It's just a little bit up from Sriracha.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's not that spicy. Like a jalapeno is like 2,000 to 3,000, so it's not that spicy. And then I was like, well, I did like this hot sauce called The Last Dab, and that's like 3 million or whatever. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, like this is nothing to me. So anyways.
So Jack Link's used to make a Cholula flavored jerky.
Oh yeah.
It was so good. And then you just
But Cholula's like a brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they probably don't have the Cholula license.
Probably not.
Anymore.
Man, that was a good jerky. Like if I could find that jerky again, I'd be like, yep.
You gotta make your own, dude.
Give that to me, boy.
Make it. You got your smoker or whatever, dehydrated. Yeah, just make your own.
Make some Cholula jerky.
Yeah, out of like a grouse or something. Who knows?
Grouse jerky. I mean, I do have, brisket.
Yeah, there you go. But then on Thursday, the tarps showed up at the warehouse, and I had to unload the tarps. Not by myself, thankfully, obviously, but so tarps, they weigh a lot. You don't know? I'm talking about a tarpaulin.
A tarpaulin.
This is we order them from China. We get a whole trailer load of them, and then we have to put them in our containers out of their container. And they weigh anywhere from a bundle weighs anywhere from like 10 pounds to like 80 pounds, depending on the size, right?
Yep.
And my arm has been fucked up for a while. I don't know what the deal is, but like now it's not hurting too much today, but I'm doing a chicken wing motion right now for those that can't see. But like the other day I could barely lift it like to my shoulder. Like I don't know what was going on, right? So I'm like, I'm fucking gonna have real trouble doing these tarps, right?
That's me after playing Beat Saber. I'm just like, oh,
yeah, exactly. But I didn't see this thing. I didn't do anything. So it's like, why? And it feels like the way I pictured in my brain, it feels like the two bones in my arm are like touching, and they need to like stop rubbing together or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's probably just a tendon or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to lift these things. So anyways, we put away the black tarps first, I think. No, the white tarps. They're like the medium heavy ones. And I was in the container, like whatever. And by the time we were done the white ones, I'm like, I got to go on the truck and put them on the skids. I'm not going to put them in the container. Because first of all, the guys in the truck are like, one guy's like 20 something and the other guy's like maybe a little older. So I'm like, fuck those guys. Also, I've worked here and done tarps like 10 times. This is the first time they ever doing it. I'm going to do the fucking easy job, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, one of you guys is out of here. I'm staying in the truck. So the tall guy went into the container. And then we just had to take him off the stack and put him on the skids. And while we were putting them away in the container, I'm like, why are they all mixed together? Like, we take one bundle off and it'd be like 8x10. And then the next one would be 9x12. And it was like, why are they putting them on the skids like this? This is so dumb. And I'm like, we have to do it one size per skid. It's just easier for the putting them away, right? And they're like, oh, they're all mixed up on the truck. I'm like, there's no fucking way they're all mixed up on the truck. Like, no. They're just taking them off wrong. So I get on the truck, I immediately look. I'm like, okay, this is how they're stacked. This is all like this. This is all like this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. And we start doing it. And I'm like, oh, they are kind of mixed. Because then like in the layer behind, there'd be like one bundle in the middle of the stack. That's like the size we're doing. And I'm like, why would they do that? So anyways, we unload the truck. And I'm working with the owner's sons over at the warehouse. They're like 20 something.
Yep.
But they also are like, they kind of like to not do things properly.
They're
they like to cut. Sons. Well, but yeah, basically. So we have these giant stacks of the skid, and it's like 5 feet high of these heavy ass tarps. So rather than unloading them into the tarp container, they were like, well, we have an empty container over here. So they just pushed all these skids of tarps into this container.
Unsorted.
No, they're sorted.
Oh.
But they just shove them in there. So now they're spread all around the lot and everything. And as they're doing it, I'm like, well, okay, that's what they're going to do. Fine. I like that because it's less work. But it's also like, that's not the way we should be doing it because we're wasting all this space. Anyways, I'm like, whatever. that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. So, but by the end, I literally, I must have been dehydrated or something because I could barely lift my arm up. Like I just felt like, oh my God. So I'm just like sweeping the ground at the end. So I'm like, I can't lift any more tarps. Not that there was that many left. And at that point, you can't have like that many people in the container. There's only the blue tarps left. And you can't have like 4 people. Like, what am I going to do? Take it and pass it to the guy? Like, no. So I was just like, yeah, I'm done moving tarps, right? And then I don't know why they've decided to do this recently, but they're just like, every time I do some of this weird shit of the worst, they're just like, here's $100 extra. Okay, thanks. That's cool. I'll take it.
Just $100 cash in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I got paid regular wage for working, and then it's like, here's $100. Okay. I mean, when I did the meat, I got $200.
Wow.
And the meat was way less hard than the tarps.
The tarps.
But whatever, right?
You take your bonuses where you can get them.
I'll take them. I mean, they made so much fucking money on that meat that $200 is nothing.
Dude.
Nothing. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was a lot of meat.
Yeah, dude. Oh, fuck. Just a feeding frenzy in there. It was crazy. But the other thing, so when we're eating the luncheon thing, my good friend, as I'm calling her, she was talking about how her husband is at home, like, you know, oh, he's not feeling well, he's under the weather, blah, blah, blah. Like, everybody at work, his work has COVID. And I'm just like, huh? Why? What are you doing here? And they're like, the other 2 women, like, are like, oh, he has COVID? Like, oh, my God. And she's like, well, no, I don't think it's COVID. I think he's just sick, but everyone at his work has COVID. I'm just like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, the 2 women are like, oh. Okay. And I'm just like, this is the woman that when I had COVID and I said, like, I can't get a test, like, I checked online, I can't get a test, but following the mandate is like, stay home from work for 5 days and then come into work. No, you can't. You can't. You have to have a test. You have to have a test. And now she's just like, oh yeah, he's sick and, you know, everyone at his work has COVID, but, you know, whatever, no big deal.
He doesn't have COVID.
I just was like, wow, that's crazy that it went from like me having to like talk to the owner and be like, look, I cannot get a fucking test. Tell her I can come to work. And to now like, oh, well, he's sick, but I don't think it's COVID. I didn't do a COVID test or anything like that.
Wow.
So, I mean, obviously I didn't get sick or anything from her. She wasn't sick or anything, but it just was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So, but yeah, after doing the tarps on Thursday, I didn't work on Friday, which was a good thing because like I was like dead. Like my back was so sore, you know, and I'm feeling good today, but also like I'm still feeling it from where I fell. Like my ribs are still hurting me, and anyways,
still cracked.
I don't think they're cracked. If they were cracked, they've healed, but it's still like just, I'll be laying sometimes, I'll be like, oh yeah, my ribs. So lifting those tarps didn't feel too good either.
It's an old war injury now.
Well, I did it 2 times. So.
Yeah, it's definitely an old war injury.
I didn't hurt it enough the first time. I better do it 2 times.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much my week, really, besides playing some ESO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a week.
Okay. That's cool.
Monday, drove to, Lillooet.
Lillooet.
As we do. As we do. And in between Cache Creek and Savona,
yep.
There was a bunch of garbage on the road, so I dodged the garbage.
Hit something. Yeah. Oh, wow. What'd you hit?
I think it was just like one of those rubber tie-down straps.
Oh, yeah.
Get to Cache Creek, have a break, get some water, have a pee at the gas station.
Yeah.
I start rolling out, and I don't have the music on yet. I'm like, what the hell is that noise?
That sound?
What's
I've
that
got
noise?
A flat.
And it's a flat.
So
flat
what were you
tire,
driving?
Back, left, flat tire. We're driving the work truck.
Okay. So is like it 4 rears or no? 4 rear tires?
4 rear tires?
Yeah, 4 rear tires.
4 rears?
4 rears?
What?
Is it a dual or is it a quad?
No, it's just single.
Okay.
It's
4 rear tires. That's what I said.
No, there's only 2 rear tires.
That's what I was asking you. There's a question mark at the end. 4 rear tires? Question mark. Okay. Yeah. We got it.
Yeah.
So you're driving on a flat for a while.
Yeah.
How did you not tell?
I just couldn't tell.
Okay.
And so we stopped just outside of Cache Creek. Like I can see Fountain Tire from where we were standing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, okay, let's just take this thing off. We'll walk it down to Fountain Tire. We'll just get them to fix it. It'll be fine. So we get the truck jacked up. Can't get the tire off. It's like cold welded to the
really?
hub, or to the brake.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I hadn't been rotated in a while. Hadn't been taken off.
Oh my God.
So the gentleman who owned the house we were out in front of, he was like, "Oh, when you get it off, I'll take you down there and it'll be fine." And I'm like, "Oh, we can't get it off."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, do you need some tools?"
Yeah. Do you need an impact wrench or something like that?
Well, no, we got the bolts off just fine. Just
it just wouldn't come off.
It just wouldn't come off. So
wow.
he's like, so we got a rubber mallet from him and we start smashing on the tire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I call Cal Tire. I'm like, "Hey guys, we can't get this thing off."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, well, we're extremely busy, but I'll come out there." and Buddy comes out. He's got like a 4-foot long, 50-pound sledgehammer. He just starts wailing on the tire to get it off.
Yeah.
It takes like maybe 5 minutes of him smashing that thing to get it off.
God.
So we hop in his truck, head back to Cal Tire. They get the tire off the thing. It's like, "Hey, you've been driving on this thing for a little while flat." And I'm like, "I didn't even notice."
Yeah.
So it's all shredded on the inside.
Oh, so you need a new tire?
I need a new tire. And they're like, yeah, we don't have any. It's
like, God.
Sweet.
Nice.
So we go back to the truck on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And in order to get the spare down, there's a lock that you need to open a little hole so you can slide your bar in to start cranking it down, because it's like, it's got like a chain that's just like attached to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
But that lock is so seized up that we can't get it off.
Oh my God.
And so Matzner, he just crams in. He's from the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
He crams a crowbar in there, just pulls the lock straight out of the bumper.
Oh, really?
It was so rusted closed. So we managed to get the spare tire down, and it's like a full-size spare tire, so we're okay. Get that on there. Get to Lillooet.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, and then, work ensued. It wasn't much work. I essentially stayed for we have a Tuesday meeting with the primary, and I stayed for that, did some stuff, I came back.
Did you get a helicopter?
No, not yet. We're in contact with the helicopter.
Oh, wow, finally.
Yeah.
This could have been done a month ago, but...
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because the west side of the Fraser River, the roads there are so narrow, but we have to get like 35 to 45-foot poles down there, and it's just impossible. It's like one lane dirt road. There's no way we're getting poles down there.
So they're going to have to helicopter those in.
So they're going to have to helicopter them in.
Double whammy, dude.
Double
I love it.
Whammy.
I love it.
It's crazy. While I was there, I had to go down to Lytton.
Okay.
To do some stuff.
Okay.
Which means I got to go back through the main way to get to Cache Creek.
Okay.
And stop at, God, I can't remember what that town is in between Cache Creek and Lytton.
Ashcroft?
Ashcroft. Is it
Ashcroft? I think so.
It's that one that's like down the hill, you don't even see it.
Maybe.
There's just a gas station that lets you know it's there.
I think it's Ashcroft.
It could be Ashcroft.
Maybe.
Anyway, that's the gas station that has the board game shop inside.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going there to see what's new, if there's anything.
So weird.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It's board games in front. You go in the back, there's the board games, but you turn around and there's all the Guru.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the new Guru flavor there.
Wow. In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, the new Guru flavor. Haven't seen it around town at all, but out there, new Guru flavor.
That's crazy.
I can't remember what it's called. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, he says.
It's pretty good. It's only got 100 milligrams of caffeine, so it's not as juiced up as the other ones.
Not quite as juiced up.
Not quite as juiced up.
Oh, that's good.
And then the rest of the work week was just the rest of the work week. Things happened. We talked about stuff. We did stuff, and that was about it.
Fun stuff.
Yes.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Like finding this weird stuff, like where you'd be like, "Why is this here?"
Yeah.
That's like when I went to the gas station the other day. I sent you a picture. You already knew this already, but they had like these Dragon Ball Z sodas there and shit.
Yeah. And like, Sailor Moon sodas.
What the fuck is this doing here?
Yeah.
So weird. Anyways.
And the Canco carries a variety of things.
Well, they had the Super Cola there, and they had the Super Lemon as well.
Yeah.
It's just very weird.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
Like I bought Boston Baked Beans there. You know Boston Baked Beans?
No.
They're like a candy-covered peanut.
Oh. I thought you were going to say beans.
No. Well, a peanut is a bean.
I suppose so.
But yeah, they're Boston Baked Beans. It's just like a candy-covered peanut with no chocolate. Just candy on a peanut.
Just candy on a peanut.
And I heard someone talking about them on a podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, Boston Baked Beans. I'd like to try these. They were all right. But they have all sorts of weird shit in there. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. And they've got a huge stack of import pop.
Yeah. They have Celsius there. You can't even get Celsius in Canada.
Yeah. I was like, oh, hey, we should get this. And I bring it up to the till. It's like $27.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we'll just put that back.
Never mind.
Thank you.
Exactly.
I can't remember what we were going to buy. It was some kind of like cream soda by some weird company that doesn't do cream soda up here. And we're like, yeah, we'll take this.
Yeah.
Because the wife likes cream soda.
Never mind.
And I'm like, no, okay,
I like you, but not that much.
I was like, why is this $60 on the till? I'm like, no, okay. Well, that's $27. Put that back.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
Yeah. Other than that, played a lot of Factorio.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of Factorio.
Very good.
We're trying to actually finish the game.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
So we got a lot done, and we got to the point where we got logistical and construction robots. So we tore the entire base down, and now in the process of redoing
rookie
it.
mistake.
We don't have enough space.
What do you mean you don't have enough space?
Tear it all down and redo it all, so it's
just
better.
Build it in another area. Rookie mistake. That's the biggest mistake you can make.
We had to completely redo the trains so they worked properly.
No, just let that factory run and start a new one. If you're going to do that, just let it run. Make a new one.
You got efficiency.
Oh, come on, dude. That's like Satisfactory. I'm always like, okay, if I put this next to it, I can save, 1 square of space. But it's like, the map is so fucking big. Who cares how close they are?
It takes a little while to run across the base as it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
Every time I have to go and get something from the mall, I'm just like, oh my God, it's so far away. I better just take the car. Yeah, we're pretty far. I'm having a lot of fun on that. Probably play some more of that later on today.
Nice.
And try and get the factory up, and because it's mostly taken down right now. We're just trying to get it back up.
Damn.
And running. Yes.
Damn.
Good time.
There's a relic build. You're supposed to leave it. Be like, this is where we started.
This is where we started. This is where we are now.
Yep.
Ripsick had a friend in from Germany. She's apparently just like touring around Canada doing all this stuff, just being a straight tourist. But she like bought a truck when she was here just to drive it around. That's what she's doing. So that's pretty cool. And he was like, hey, can we go out and do something and show her the sights?
Oh yeah.
So we did.
Nice.
Yesterday. Didn't have a lot of time to do stuff, but we went up to Boost Lake, the Boost Lake protected area. There's a nice 4x4 area all the way up to the top of the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get all the way up because, like, almost at the top, it got so muddy. And we're going to get stuck here because I don't have my winch yet. But there's huge, awesome views up there. I'm sure I've posted them in the Discord at some point. And yeah, she had a lot of fun up there. It was great. Something new to see, something new to do.
Yep.
Which was great.
Cool area.
Yeah, it's a very cool area.
I remember when I was in high school, some people drove their snowmobiles off there and died.
Yep, they're just still down there.
Yep, you can still see the broken, smashed snowmobile.
You can still see it. It's down there.
I remember when that happened, and I remember I went there like years later, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's crazy."
I mean, like down the edge of the cliff, there's nothing. There's no trails in, no trails out. It's just wilderness, dense wilderness. There's no way you'd even pull those things out of there.
No, exactly.
And then, yeah, it was a super busy weekend because 9 Arsons came in to go to, there was a DJ night at a pub.
Oh, yeah.
And so we went up to the pub. Well, we played some Legendary beforehand, and I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But we went up to the pub, and there's these DJs that we know were playing, and we're like, hey, where are you guys? Like, there's like a UFC night going on at the pub. And they're like, oh, no, it's at the VR arcade.
Oh, yeah.
So the VR arcade here is all around gamers with a Z. And it's a super cool place.
That's just a really lame name.
But they have, little rave parties there.
Yeah. Sausage parties, some might call them.
No.
This one wasn't?
No.
Okay.
No. It looks like the capacity of that place is 20 people.
Yeah.
Like you can put 20 people in there and then you're good. The fire marshal won't come and bust your butt.
Yeah.
We get there. They're just setting up. We just roll in. We're like, okay. Oh, hey, here's the DJs we know. Hey, how's it going? We just start chatting. We sit down on the couch. They're still setting up. They're doing them with testing and all that. Just huge sound system in there. It's a tiny place. They fire it up. And we're like, oh my God, it's so loud. It's so loud, dude.
Grandpa Mikey T.
Yes. And then, we're sitting on the couch. It's really loud. Nine Arsons leans over and yells at me, "Hey, like some girl bought 40 tickets." And we're like, "Oh, you're gonna fit 40 more people in this place right now?"
40 tickets?
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Did they fit?
I don't know. It was 11 o'clock. We pieced out. Like, if 40 people show up, we're out of here. Yeah. If 11 o'clock comes around, we're out of here.
Crazy.
And 11 o'clock came around, so we were like, okay, let's go.
Time to head out.
I mean, everyone's yawning.
The last time I told Mikey T this, I didn't tell this on podcast. I was looking at my Snap Map and I clicked on the local area and I was like, oh, there's like this DJ thing going on there. And I was like, you know, I couldn't tell where it was or whatever. And then I look at it. I'm like, just a lot of dudes dancing, like whatever. And I flipped through to the next scene. I'm like, just dudes dancing at like some electronic music. And then I went to the third one. And I was like, oh, I know that guy DJ. It was Quibs.
Yeah,
but
Mr. Quibs from the chat.
This was a few weeks ago that I saw this. But
yeah.
It was at the same place too. So that's why I said it was a sausage party, because it was a sausage party when I saw it.
Yeah, maybe at that time. This time it wasn't. I mean, there weren't a lot of people there when we left, but yeah, that place is actually it's set up pretty nice. They got like 4 or 5 VR stations with all the Steam one. What the heck's it called?
The Index?
Yeah, they got indexes.
Oh yeah,
and it's pretty cool. It was, you look at the when you have your Steam connections for VR, it comes up with the VR items that are connected, and so each computer will have 1 index, 2 controllers, and then like I think there were
1,000,
like 15 base stations or something like that were connected. You're like, holy man, that's a lot of base stations.
Yeah, no kidding.
And yeah, there's just base stations everywhere.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I've
place.
never been there.
The owners seem pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're hosting a rave.
They have to be
somewhat
like, oh, cool,
yeah,
I guess.
It's going till 4.
Wow.
Yeah, we saw some kids come in with like wristbands, and we're like, I wonder if we're gonna get kicked out sooner or later since we're here and we didn't pay anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just walk in. Like, I know the DJ.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know the DJ, the other DJ, the one promoter, like everyone here I already know.
Yeah.
So we're like hugging everyone.
You're on the VIP list.
We're literally on the VIP list. Like nobody paid any attention. They're like, okay, well, these guys belong here, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
Yeah. And then if you are watching this live, there are 2 boxes on the table. Marvel's Legendary. Now, this is a deck building game that I've talked about before. But Nine Arsons went to Vancouver and he found these 2. Like, these are mostly out of print. Like, they don't make them anymore. But he told me the story as he went to a Marvel event in Vancouver that was promoting the new storylines. What,
like for the movies?
Yeah, for the movies.
Okay.
And so at the end of the tour, it's like this whole interactive thing. It looked pretty, the way he described it was pretty cool. Like there was augmented reality Hulkbuster stuff where you could like get the Hulkbuster suit on and start blasting aliens and things. But in the gift shop, they had these 2 legendary expansions. So World War Hulk and Secret Wars Volume 2.
Yeah.
And at the end, so we're going through the cards in World War Hulk, sleeving them up, making them nice, you know? And I remember at the end of She-Hulk, they bring in Hulk's son.
Oh, yeah.
And Hulk's son is one of the cards in World War Hulk.
Yeah.
And so we're like thinking, and we're like going through cards like, oh, they reprinted these for promotion because these are the next storylines.
Oh, but I mean, I don't know. I thought that his son was a real thing from the comics already.
I think it is. But I think they've introduced him because he's going to be, it's World War Hulk.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And then Secret Wars has...
Right. I see.
Secret Wars has like Spider-Gwen. It's got all of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's got like Captain Britain.
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, Howard the Duck, which you saw earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that they reprinted these because these are the next storylines.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would make sense. Or they found a bunch in the warehouse.
I mean, that could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they've been reprinted. Like this because this game is super popular and it's really good. It's really fun to play. But yeah, they just stopped printing the expansions at some point.
Yeah.
Like there's the base set, which is legendary, where you're playing heroes against villains. But then there's another base set called villains, where you're playing villains against heroes.
Mm-hmm.
But to get that, it's like $300 because they don't make them anymore. It's so expensive.
Yeah, that's I mean, anyways, I don't know much about the card game, so I can't really talk about it too much. So
I'll set up a stream. We'll play Legendary on stream.
Don't tease me like this. Don't tease me like this.
Maybe next Friday.
Don't tease me,
unless you got something.
Dude, come on. You know better than that. I got nothing going on.
I've announced it. It's happening.
It's happening. Whoa. Okay. All right.
I've announced it. It's happening.
All right. Okay. Let's do it then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a super fun game. It's super fun to play. And I'll have to figure out how to set that room up.
Very good. I'm excited.
Display it.
Well, you can do it here. You got your wire already up there and everything.
Yeah, but that wire above is to hold the M100, Canon M100. And
yeah. Not so much?
Not so. Well, it's dead. The power board blew on it. So I was using a
fudge
Chinesium power supply.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Just fried it.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the Sony cam. I don't know how to hold that up there.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We will figure it out.
Very good.
That was about it for my week.
Mm-hmm. I can't think of anything else I did.
You didn't play any video games?
Just Elder Scrolls, really.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't think I played anything else. No, I played No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Yeah. They had a new update.
Nice.
So I have an idea for a video series, but I don't think well, anyways. It's an idea that I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of work, so I don't know. We'll see. So I played it on stream, and I got some footage and everything. I'm still trying to figure it out how I want to do it. So yeah,
nice.
Mm-hmm.